Exercise 2.7. It's a car route question. A car can cover a distance of n kilometers per day. How many days will it take to cover a route of length m kilometers? The program gets two numbers, n and m. So example input is basically I can cover 700 kilometers per day. I need to cover 750, so it should take me 2 days. So 1 and a little bit counts as 2. Essentially what you want to do is round up no matter what. And we're going to use math to do this, but there's a few different ways to do it. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and take care of that for you. So let's say km per day is the first input. It's an integer input. And the second bit of input, so we're taking two lines. The first thing you notice, there's two lines of input. Kilometers to travel basically is equal to also input. Now essentially, I don't know if you know this from math class or physics, kilometers divided by day, you'll end up with kilometers square over day. We don't want to multiply kilometers by kilometers per day. Essentially, what we want to do is find the number of days. So if I divide that, it will be kilometers divided by kilometers equals 1 over day, so which is equal to the number of days it will take. I don't know if that made sense. Basically, I want to take kilometers divided by kilometers, or divided by kilometers per day, and that's equal to the number of days. Now, let's do that. I say 700, 750. Oops. Let's just say 500. Oh, well, what's stored in days? Days. Well, more than nothing, so more than 0, so I should round up in that case. So let's just try this again. So if I say kilometers per day is 700, and how many kilometers to travel 700, days is going to be equal to 1 day, which is pretty much what we want. Now, if we want to round it, we could do integer division just to get rid of... It's giving me a float because I did float division here. If I want to do integer division, I could do 750 kilometers per day. Oops. And let's say 1500. Days will take 2 days. Let's print, by the way, days, so I don't have to keep saying print days. It'll take 2 days. But what about if I do 750 and 1550? It'll still take 2 days. Let's show this very easy. Let's say I get 1 kilometer per day. No, not 1. Let's say I got 2 kilometers per day, and I need 5 kilometers. It's saying I only need 2 days, even though I can only go 2 plus 2 is 4. So I obviously need a third day. What's happening is it's rounding down every time. Okay, this automatically rounds down. Now there's a neat little trick that you can do. I don't know if this is gonna help, but what you can do essentially is multiply this by -1. So if I say, essentially what's happening is it's 5 divided by 2. Gives me 2. But if I said -5 divided by 2, it'd give me -3. So it actually rounded down as well, but the absolute value actually got bigger. So if I said -1 times kilometer before I divide by kilometers per day, and I say 2 and 5, I actually do want to take 3 days, but not -3 days. So what can I do? I could just say days equals days times -1 to make it positive again. In which case, 2 kilometers per day. If I need to travel 5 kilometers, I need 3 days. Let's try it again. If I go 700 kilometers a day and I need to travel 750 kilometers, I also need 2 days. If I run my tests, it all works out just perfectly. And that's how you do 2.7. It's a little bit of a trick, but this trick comes in handy. There's another way to do it. I actually have to look it up, so we'll go ahead and look it up. So round up Python always helps to use Google. You don't always have to use what I teach you. You can always look up. So to implement rounding up strategy in Python, we'll call ceil function from the math module. All right, so I might as well teach you what that is. Import math, and talk about what import means. And essentially what I want to do is, instead of doing this, I just wrap this up in a function and just call ceil, or math.ceil. Now what math is a library that has all kinds of built-in functions. You have built-in functions like print and input and int and float, and then you have ones that you need to import a library. So you just write import at the top, and you can use math.ceil. And then you don't need to use that fancy trick that I taught you, although it is fancy. Whoops. If I have 700 kilometers per day, and I need 750. Uh-oh. Oh. Float division, and you round up. So I say 700 kilometers per day, 750, and I end up getting 2 days that I need because I rounded up. Okay, so that's just something extra. I'll make a note that it is extra.